Howdy folks, Fishbulbgeek here, and today we are going to go to Rift Station to see what else we can uncover about Binary Helix and Peak 15 and what the heck else is going on in this facility. So this will be more corporate intrigue and aliens and fighting and Benezia at some point.
Binary Helix Research Facility.
It's all good fun, so let's crack on with cracking on. Obviously, there's only one way we can go at the moment. Hot labs, we'll get to them later. Oh, look, everybody's got their stern game faces on. Maybe stern, or is it stoic? It could be stoic.
Stand down. Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
Can those things work at train's controls?
Hell if I know. I'm not assuming any goddamn thing. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot. I'd like to know who you are.
My name's Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look a heavily armed horse in the mouth. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore. First we knew the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I'm not gonna let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians. There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs. Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from the outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
Tell me about the structure of the hot labs.
It's built into one of the glaciers further down the mountain. Real old, thick, stable. Something goes wrong, they heat it up and sink it into the ice. Normally, the crew gets to the labs using a tram from Central Station. We've got an elevator that connects directly, but it's for emergency use only. Listen. I'm not sending my people down there. It's too dangerous. You understand?
Tell me about Rift Station.
I can't talk about everything. What do you need to know?
Tell me about the defenses here.
Secure enough that you shouldn't poke in corners.
I was just impressed with your operation. Being able to weather a week of assaults is no mean feat.
Only the best get assigned to high-security facilities like this. What impresses me most is the turrets, alarms, and cameras. They're all routed through a central location out by the quarantine labs. One guy can lock down the whole facility. The security hub's the last logical fallback, and we'd have cover from the turrets all the way.
What kind of research is done here?
Beats me. I'm not supposed to know. So long as people don't start dying, it's not my problem.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
The facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
This switching up between audio, I mean, it's very disconcerting. That's the second time in this conversation it's happened. And obviously we've had that bit before. Did I do this one?
Tell me about the aliens.
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
I mean, the only thing I can assume is that they added extra dialogue and recorded it at a later date, but didn't do very well at matching it, unfortunately. Or maybe it's somebody else to record extra dialogue that, strictly speaking, doesn't need to be there. It's just, this is mostly just flavor text.
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. We made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell, man the perimeter.
I mean, I can forgive the game because it's like the second time that I can think of. There's another one which I think is mostly just a filter they forgot to add to somebody's dialogue. Let's put that on as well, actually. No, I want that on. Use overkill. Oh yeah, they didn't take very long at all to die, did they? Is that somebody... something stuck underneath? It might be. Oh, maybe that was the singularity. Maybe I shouldn't have. It's directly underneath me. And only biotic powers are really going to work here. Well, that's frustrating. I wonder if I can use singularity. I wish you could explode things with your biotic powers like you could in, like you can in later games. Oh, well, I can put that away. I think he's just going to stay like that regardless. Oh, well, it's given us an excuse to go and explore the rest of the facility, which is what I want to do anyway. So hopefully that's not like an irreversible thing. Ah, there we go. Just disengage and hope for the best. I'm guessing this counted as a security office. Again, it's like much of this this whole section of area is very bare bones. I mean, they've got lots of space to do things. They just didn't fill it with a lot of things. It always makes it seem oddly sparse. Quarantine and barracks. Let's just... what's that? Sick scientist.
Where did they come from? Were they in the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
You're not going to go to the hot labs, are you?
Yes, I am. But first of all...
What?
You're a member of the science teams.
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
I'm not sure I want to be insulted by another Asari.
Think you could translate that into galactic?
It's a genetic thing. Forget it.
You seem less upset about this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Alice from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
No need to be so rude.
You are interrupting my meditations. Precisely how rude must I be to convince you to leave?
I mean, she's not wrong in fairness.
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me, and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the matriarch.
Then why would I?
Because you work for Binary Helix and so does the Matriarch. And if you're recently transferred, you might know her. She's only just arrived. Yeah, there's lots of reasons why you would know about her. Because you work for the same company.
Turn to my meditations.
Oh, I can't shoot you. It's so annoying. Medical bay. Let's go down here.
What do you want?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. The VI for Peak 15, she handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
That's just an incredibly bad design. Like, such a bad design that that could even happen.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature. But there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
It doesn't matter how safe you make it. Biological weapons are illegal.
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
It's still illegal as hell. Like, I might be coming around to my shepherd being slightly morally flexible in some areas, but bioweapons? Hell no.
There's a reason the Citadel conventions forbid bioweapons, Doctor.
I didn't expect you'd understand. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
How's the science team holding up?
Better than Ventralis' guards. They've been on alert since the first attack. I've been administering stims at their request. But every species needs to sleep. They're getting twitchy, irrational.
Are you the doctor here?
I'm a doctor, but not the doctor. My specialty is microbiology, not first aid. We had a medic, Dr. Salah, but we lost him. The automatics can handle basic treatment. Mira runs them.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Right, so the reason we want to help him is not just for the XP and seeing more of what this game has to offer, but it's an alternate route ahead, which is quite good. Oh, you're named. Do you have anything to say?
What? No! Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Yeah, is there something you need?
I'm looking for an Asari.
Asari? Well, there's Dr. Ayalis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
We already know where he is.
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing you worked on the bioweapon then?
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain. None of us have had enough sleep since the attack. Of course, not all of us have guns.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to
Kind of
report
a
suspicious noises.
Yeah, it's kind of a sobering thing, that, isn't it? So restricted area, so we can't go that way. Ooh,
there were some problems up here.
Furtively, I am concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Yeah, see what you've got.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have, yes, a license. That's almost certainly rubbish. Well, technically it's not rubbish, but... Oh, do I want a cooldown bonus, or... I'd love something with a mid-recharge bonus as well, actually. Ooh, I could get that for Garrus. Although we are going to be doing one of the DLCs next, which will get me better drops on, I think, both bioamps and Omni tools. So don't, oops, wrong button.
Relieved. It's pleasant to see you well.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully,
Although I suppose I could buy it now. It's not like I can't afford it. I have got
needed by
a not insignificant amount of money. Again, we'll be rolling in it later, so... Yeah, I could give it to Garrus. He could definitely do with it. Yeah, we don't need that. What else have we got? Ooh, light armor. It's Phoenix, don't care. Why is everything pushing me towards Phoenix? It's awful. Ooh. Liara, that's not bad for you. Is that the only pistol he's got? It is. Have a pistol, Liara. In fact, that was all for you, wasn't it? So... Yes. And you can get... Oh, no, wait. Oh, okay, rail extension. That'll do. What was the other one? I got you... No, I got that for Garrus. Because it's marginally better. And... No, I think I prefer you with your shield bonus, actually. You're more of a biotic heavy. How's my inventory doing anyway? Actually, I think I can have unlimited things in my inventory, actually. So I can just hold on to that lot. So. Right, so we need to go back to Captain Ventralis. And hopefully he's not... That's not actually where I meant to go, but okay, I'll just loot this place. And if I find anything that's better than what I've just bought, I'll be very upset. Oh. Take all. See, I don't get how they decide what makes it easy and what makes it not, because some things, like, that's only 3 button presses. But I was doing, like, 5 or even 7 button presses earlier that was still an easy. How do you decide that? Right, quarantine barracks. That's not where I'm going. Right, so I came in that way, so that's the way I have to come in.
Yeah, thanks for your help back there.
It looked like you could handle it.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. If you don't want to help us here, why don't you go to the hot labs?
Oh, is that just because I technically left before the bug ended? Oops.
Something you need?
Well, that's annoying, because I did kill them.
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
You're not even scientists. Why don't you listen to what they're telling you, you dickwad.
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra metagel.
Yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
I've got work to do.
Technically,
You and me both.
technically being a Spectre, I can do whatever the heck I want to, and you don't actually have a choice. Far too conciliatory sometimes, Shepard. Being a hard ass would not be amiss in some circumstances. I just don't like all the corporate bullshit that goes on in this place. It gets me really riled up. I think they forget that what kind of powers a Spectre has. Also, that they were doing some seriously shady things up here, including illegal bioweapons and, as we're going to discover, more about the rachni. Which I believe Han Olar is. Yes, here's Han Olar. Tell me about what's been happening.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
Where did they come from?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane.
Well, some people over there are feeling a bit guilty, aren't they?
I need to know everything about the rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
Only in retrospect, eh?
I heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
Survivor's guilt is a hell of a thing, but I can't exactly disagree with him.
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
Could Matriarch Venezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Well, there was nothing there that we didn't already know about them being sensitive to biotics and everything. Maintenance area, that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. They're not actually going to tell us this one, anything.
You're not part of the crew.
I have Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
Yep, again, I can't shoot you either. Okay, nothing in there. That's just a medical kit. average decryption. What's this going to be? Again, that's only 3 button presses. Oh, no. No, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, start mixing. Cancel. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Alright. Got a bunch of equipment there. Any of it decent? No, I already decided I didn't want that. No, I guess none of them are good as what I've already got you. Wait, is there any notes? Research notes. So, just hit between the marks. It's pretty much what I thought. Oops. Again, not that hard.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
Ambush.
What happened to Ventralis's man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Okay, we'll start with... we'll take the Geth out first. Or... oh, okay, so yeah, stick a singularity in there. Hopefully that'll get something interesting. You can have an overload. Death Trooper, you can also have an overload. That's awesome. Okay, you can have a sabotage. No, you can have damping actually. Let's see what that does. Ah yes, you, my dear, neural shock. Except I think I missed. You weren't that hard to kill anyway. See, the only problem with Singularity is you can kind of ruin any cover plans you might have had. Poor bastard. And those guys...
They came out of there.
You mean the inorganics the Asari had with her?
Venezia brought them with her.
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
I'll be leaving now.
See, there you go. That's exactly why we're doing this mission, is it gives us access to the maintenance area rather than going through the restricted area, which has lots of guards and turrets. Although if you go through the restricted area, you get all the XP for killing everything, so... hard to say, really. Although I'm also, I mean, if you do that and then go straight into the maintenance bay, that's one thing. But I'm also going down to the hot labs in a minute once I've done this cure. So that also kind of negates a little bit of it. I mean, there's just many different, well, there's not many different paths. There are just different paths to do this. And some things you don't have to do and it'll potentially stop you from doing something another way. I'll try and show as much off as I can. So I always like to do the cure because you then get the showdown with the assassin that was left behind to take you out if she had an opportunity.
Is that the cure? You did it?
That Asari scientist, the one in the mess hall? She just tried to kill us.
Alestia? That's unbelievable. I don't know much about her. She arrived a month ago. One of the shareholders pulled strings to get her here.
Let me guess. Saren the Spectre.
Yes. I think that was the name. I don't pay attention to the other research teams. Look. The guards. They've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there. Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough. Oh, God, what a cliché. You saved their lives. Do you know that?
Could you spare a few medical packs? They're worth their weight in gold up here.
You didn't get these from me. Ventrollis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
I mean, I'll take it for the Paragon action, Paragon points, but that's not actually. I don't really need them. I've hardly used any Medigel. Okay, so we've done that. We've, I think, spoken to. Have we? Yes, I've been in there. I've obviously been up there and found everything. He's not going to have anything new for me, so yeah, we're going to go down to the hot labs now. I want to see what's down there. Did he give me a pass to the hot labs already?
Something you need?
I was attacked by the Asari who was in here. She killed your guard.
Dr. Ayalis? She seemed like the most stable one here.
She was a huntress pledged to the matriarch. A group of Geth were with her.
Geth? I didn't know. God's honest truth, I thought she was just another egghead. Son of a bitch.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Right. Oh, it's just the guard. Okay, so down to the hot labs. Oh, it's the, it's existing and not existing at the same time. Oh no, is it fully jumped it? Nope. Doesn't exist from that angle. But it does exist from there. It's a bit weird. Right. And yes, now it's gone green. I don't think I can remember how to sprint in this game. In fact, is there a button for sprint? Awesome. Huh. All right. Well, we'll save that. For later.
Are you here to secure the situation?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
I understand, but you've also got Rachni here, so that's not an altogether extreme reaction, considering the Rachni almost wiped out everybody else in the war that led to the Krogans getting neutered. Because I say everybody, mostly the Solarians were scared of them being such good fighters. Also, Krogans are kind of, they kind of bring it on themselves, but, you know, not genocide. If that makes any sense. They don't really bring genocide on themselves, but I can see why, especially the weak, squishy Solarians would be afraid of them. They don't deserve being neutered as a species, but they were the only ones that could defeat the Rachni before, so bombs from a battle station, not that extreme.
Wait, is there an Asari matriarch here?
Sorry? I have not seen one.
She is safe then, at Rift Station.
This is not important. You must be listening. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass-produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone. Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry, but this will not work. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation, kills everything within the station. Things beyond get genetic damage of varying degree.
Once the purge is armed, we'll have to fight our way out. Give us a minute to patch up and rearm.
Sure. I wait here. I am not so much good for searching now, yes? Mother always say I would meet a bad end.
Alrighty.
I am feeling not so well.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Mira destruct...
Yep. Rachni not so keen on that. I think we can get away with just a lift here. Alright.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
6 Zephyr Tyran 3.
That is not the correct code. Please report to security for arrest and interrogation.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can never resist doing that. It's so funny.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Code input 875020079. Code Omega local execution.
Verify. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Yeah, there's literally no point in trying to fight those guys. I'm sure there's a sprint button I can use. I've forgotten what the sprint button is, but... Oh yeah, I leveled up. Awesome. Of course, now we know that Captain Ventralis was lying about Benezia being down in the hot labs. In fact, a lot of people were lying about a lot of things. So I could go in that way. That was a lie. Don't think there's anything else. Nope. So because of the way that just went down... Oh, it's medium. Let's level up. Oh my gosh, do I need to be like proper full charm? Proper full paragon to get the charm options? Probably. Right, I want to continue on with... I kind of want more than first aid actually. Or potentially more in medicine as well, but... I'll take another point in lift for now. And you've got max lift. Next we'll be working on... Next we'll work on electronics actually. You are continuing to work on electronics yourself. Then I might get your tactical armor all the way up. Or maybe... Maybe the assault training. Anyway, we'll decide that after I've got your electronics up. So, because we've done it that way, we're going to be walking into, well, a completely different situation to what we had before. And no, we no longer trust Captain Ventralis. He's a proven liar. I mean, he was working for Binary Helix. Why we trusted him in the first place is beyond me, but... Yes. No longer.
I'm sorry about this, Shepard. We've got orders from Benezia. Open fire!
Can't, strictly speaking, fault him. Can't get him. Come on, poke your head out, you little coward. Oh, he's just healed himself, hasn't he? Well, you're gonna regret that. Lift. Lift has quite a lot of range on it, actually. Let's just use warp on you. That'll bypass your shields. Wow, did lift really extend that far? It's amazing. Are you supposed to be stuck there? I doubt it. Right, so from here, I mean, usually I just end up going through the restricted area anyway. But you can go, I mean, if you didn't go down to the hot labs and went straight down to the maintenance area, you would actually not see any of the hot labs bit at all. You just would cut that bit straight out. But obviously by going down to the hot labs and uncovering the fact Ventralis is working for Benezia, which, big shock, it is usually just easier to just carry on straight this way. You can also charge straight through this way without doing any of it, if you're just impatient enough. Yep, okay. Oh, can't believe that doesn't work. Oh, of course you can shoot the cover though. I think I probably could have reached it if I'd shot one of the cells as well. Throw has recharged. Yep, it's got a heck of a range on it. Don't think there's anything to pick up in any of these bits. I'll use an overload on that. It didn't affect you, so how about some neural shock? I shouldn't laugh at that, but just... later. Him? Potentially him. Laid him straight out. Okay, elevator activate. Ooh, yeah, I might put them on in a minute. In fact, I might put them on now before I forget. No, I'll keep that for me, actually. Oh, no, wait, I was going to change your, yeah, you're going to want that. I'm going to want that. And I'm also, because, yes, we've got some of that coming up. I think Incendiary will do nicely for me. Garrus can have that. Yes. I don't know if they stack, but they might. You never know. You can have... You can have that. And... yeah. No, that's not good for you. I think we'll keep you with the toxin resistance. That's actually probably the easiest. It's maybe not the easiest to keep on throughout the whole game, but ooh. Ooh. Same damage, but almost double the accuracy. Actually, over double the accuracy. Yeah, we'll have that. Shredder rounds. Actually, shredder rounds isn't necessarily a bad thing to have there. I think we'll go with polonium. Which should probably, strictly speaking, be illegal, but, you know, we'll just pretend that that's not true. Right. No, some of that wasn't so bad. Which bit? Let's have a look at the map, make sure I'm not going the wrong way. So, yeah. This is the other way. Which I'll just quickly show it off, but you're like, if you wanted to skip the hot labs and the confrontation with Ventralis and also the confrontation going through the restricted area, the way we've just come, you could, after doing the quarantine thing and getting this pass, you could come back to the barracks and go through this way, which is what I'm about to show you. So that's obviously where I've just come down. And yes, we're going to ignore that bit, which we never had access to before, so that's fine. I don't know why there's a marker there, that's fine. But yeah, if you wanted to skip all that confrontation, you would just have come this way instead. And the only combat you would have had coming this way would have been rachni. Not much in the grand scheme of things. And I do believe that's actually the only thing you would have found coming through the maintenance area, which I don't know why they bothered calling it the maintenance area, because it's technically not, it's just a... Oh, wait, what's that? Another enemy? Oh, more guards. Let's use a singularity, that'll pull them out. Yeah, because the guards wouldn't have been wouldn't have been alerted to you if you'd done it the other way, because you wouldn't have had any confrontation to set them off. So you could have just come straight through here instead. His pass would have got you past here, and from there, it's just that one single rachni, and then you're straight up into the secure lab, which is where we're going to go next. But we shall save that for next time. Spoiler alert, we're about to meet Benezia. But yeah, that seems like a good place to have a break. There's like I've tried to show and tried to explain all the different ways you can go about this area, the things you could just skip, not bother with entirely. I mean, I like doing it that way because I like the hot labs. I don't mind the confrontation with Captain Ventralis. I quite like killing off the assassin. But you don't even need to see any of that, because like if you just go straight into the hot labs, you don't see the assassin at all, because you'll come back upstairs after the hot labs and you will immediately go into confrontation with Ventralis. You can decide to help the doctor and then from there not go into the hot labs, but you will see the assassin, and you can skip all that. Well, not skip all that, you'll still see the assassin, but you can skip the hot labs and the confrontation with Ventralis just by going straight back into the maintenance area, because that obviously gets you that one single rachni, and then this then you're into the last area. So yeah, they've added a few different ways for you to get past it, so you're not limited, which is nice. And this is the final bit. We haven't found Benezia anywhere else, so she is in here. In here's this. It's a good fight, good conversation. I've brought Liara along, obviously, because where are they? Guys, did you forget how doors worked? Oh, they'll drag themselves through. Yeah, she deserves a moment of closure. And Garrett's just because he's my bro. Yeah, I like this level, this whole section. It's fun. It's probably got the best fight which is coming up. I've always found this fight that's coming up to be the most satisfying on any difficulty of the game. As opposed as a singular fight, as opposed to a whole section. Like there are sections that I find that are really satisfying, but this fight I've always found, especially on harder difficulties, this can be a really. I mean, it can be frustrating. Throw your controller at the wall, rage quit and not play the game again for ages. Frustrating, but it's also really satisfying when you get past it. Even over and above battles at the end of the game. I still think this is probably one of my favourites. And yeah, I'm glad I got to show that off, and I'm gonna be even more glad when I get to show off the next part next time. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, me bimbling about and trying to show off as much as I can, please leave a like. Every little bit helps the channel. If you want to see more, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Facebook, any of those things. I do hope you've enjoyed watching, and I hope you will join me for next time. Take care, guys.